They are very easy to work with. They definitely have good personalities. I always equate them to dogs. They're very intelligent. Where a dog can give you his paw, a goat might know how to open a lock.
Well, it's the Bay Colony condos, and we want to make a more attractive entranceway here at the back entrance, and there's tons of poison ivy. So my wife Paula investigated these goats and called the woman, and the board voted on it, and now they're clearing away the vegetation, and it's amazing.
Here, what we're doing is we're on a job that is eliminating or managing poison ivy. It's vegetation management. So that's one of the plants the goats can consume without harmful side effects that otherwise a human would get by digging it up or trying to control it.
And then she discovered this woman, we've been saying the goat lady, and she's amazing.
In 2015 or 14, I decided to get goats. Always wanted goats. Got 4 little rescues. The first 4 goats came. I had started with chickens, kind of my gateway into all of this, and the chickens' eggs paid for the chickens' food, so I had to figure out a way that goats could pay for themselves.
Oh, we had heard of it because our sister-in-law had goats to clear her backyard when she was going to put in a garden. So as soon as Paula knew we wanted to clear the land here, she said, well, let's do it with goats. I mean, it would be all kinds of wicked excavation to get the stuff out of there. And apparently, you know, there's still going to be roots in the ground underneath, but that's okay. This has got it whacked back way so much. It's really an improvement.
I knew that it was something that I wanted to be a part of because it really all comes back to kind of the sense of community. We are bringing animals here to the library, and we know that that's something that our local community is really supportive of. The Eastham community is really involved in, you know, generally the themes of environmentalism, conservation, and so bringing animals here to the library to focus on sustainability and environmentalism, I knew was just going to make a lot of sense for our community members. But it also was just really great to kind of bring in a local business and have that all be part of what we're doing here.
Like the condo board is very careful with our dollars. So they really looked into it and saw that this was the cheapest way to do it.
And the goats are a very organic way to manage vegetation without harmful anything. We work actually very well with landscapers that refer us, hire us, because they don't want to be in situations like this where we can go in, the goats can go in, and it does not affect them.
She came 2 days ago, or it was just yesterday. They ate so fast. Set up all the fencing. They have a little cover. We feed them hay and grain, and we make sure that they stay with their water. And then, you know, they're snacking away on the PI. And she came back today, and she's moved them over to the other side of the driveway, where they look very happy because there's lots more poison ivy. And this area they cleared. It's just all gone.
We do absolutely have a lot of people who have heard that the goats are coming to the library and have been asking us a lot of questions. We've been trying to put the word out to let folks know that this is a project that we're doing, kind of gain community interest. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of both, where people are hearing about it through word of mouth and coming just to see the goats, and at the same time, you know, we've been mentioning this project to our patrons at the front desk, and it's definitely gotten their curiosity. So a lot of them are, after they check out their books, I think gonna head down and take a look at the goats.
The herbicides that are used go down deep into the soil, affecting our aquifer, which is in fact our drinking water. So any chemical that's placed on our aquifer, on our soil, we're consuming. We are consuming it.
And the most, I mean, because we could, you know, we could have sprayed horrible Roundup, maybe cheaper, but that nobody wanted to do that. Nobody wanted the poison. We love our butterflies here. We don't want any of the pollinators and the bees getting messed with by the Roundup.
It's so important. It's so important not to use them. We all know too many people that have had cancer. Who's to say what it came from? But we've all had a person that's touched our lives that we might have lost, and that was a big factor for me. I lost somebody, and it was a big factor, and all of those things came together. The environment, the animals, the herbicides, therapy, all of it.
She comes and drops off the goats like it's so much fun. This morning, I came to my kitchen door and opened it and said good morning to the goats.
I heard about the goat vegetation management program from a couple of our really wonderful library gardening volunteers. They're coordinated by one of the board members from the Friends at the Eastham Public Library, and they do such incredible work on the grounds of the library. And they brought this idea to me about an alternative way to help manage the vegetation near the pond in the back. It gets really overgrown with poison ivy and a variety of other different vegetation that's really challenging for just our regular volunteers to keep their hands on. So they approached me about bringing the goats here as another way to help manage that vegetation and bring an educational environmental component to the library.
Japanese knotweed, bittersweet, phragmites, all sorts of trouble, and more than that, all sorts of troublesome plants fall under the goat's jurisdiction. It's a great way to manage wetlands. Their hoof prints do not do anything. They don't have big divots, so it doesn't do anything to the wetlands. The manure is an amendment to the soil. The seeds that they chomp up don't regrow. Like a cow and a horse eats hay and then weeds will grow from that. The goat actually chews up all of the seeds, 95% of the seeds, and they don't regerminate.
Bringing the goats in is an interesting way to sort of be sustainable and environmentally friendly. The goats, what we were told is kind of what you put in is what you get out. So there's no extra things going into the goat pendant area, no extra chemicals. All of the waste produced by the goats is all from the vegetation that they're consuming. So it's, you know, directly, they're directly digesting all of the vegetation that's right out there. We're not bringing any, you know, proteins into that, and none of the breakdown of those vegetations that, you know, would kind of eventually be around the area of the pond is anything that's not already going to be there.
When you're working on those areas, erosion is a big concern. The goats don't eat the roots, so the erosion is not there. And they're light animals, so even though they might eat a hill of poison ivy, there's still a structure underneath of the dying roots holding the soil together. So it's a perfect answer for situations like that. We do everything from small properties to acres and acres. We have a lot of regular customers that we go back to every year to keep the stuff pushed back. And again, it's vegetation management. It's not a 100% cure for everything, but it's keeping the plants from photosynthesizing and weakening the structures year after year after year.
The goats live here for kind of the next couple of weeks, so they'll be in a penned area. There is additional food on hand when they get close to the end of the project to ensure that they have enough food as we're getting close to the final stages of the actual vegetation management piece of it. There is additional water sources for the goats, but they also do get a bit of hydration from eating the live vegetation as well.
This is absolutely a natural answer to a homeowner's problem, I would say. And we're thinking privately of getting the goats back next year. We've got to save up for, you know, our personal property and have them clear out some of the poison ivy that's closer to our gardens. But everybody in the condo association is thrilled about it. Like, I've been having the nicest chats with people, and we just walk over and watch the goats and talk about how wonderful it is. So it seems to be a smash success.
I really love what I'm doing. It's impacting a lot of different things on different levels. I guess I'm at a point in my life where I want to be that person. I want to be doing what I love. And when you're doing something you love, it's never work.